Ladies and gents, you are now tuned in to Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast, the battle rap podcast of the world, Craig. Yes, man, we are back at it. Ebony and Ivory, Vlad and Tim for another one of our KOTD Grand Prix review and preview episodes. We just got finished recording an hour and a half, and let me tell you, the episode is fire. All right, I know we're a day late and a couple dollars short, but you are going to be highly entertained by this battle. We leave no stones unturned. But before we get into that, we got some business to take care of. I need you guys to subscribe to our YouTube at Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast. I know. We ain't post nothing in a hot second, but for the past month or two, we've been going ham, dropping content every day on it. Not every day, but a whole lot. All right, you know what's going on. Also, follow us on Caffeine at caffeine.tv/LTBR podcast. We are live 10:30 a.m. to noon, Monday through Thursday. We got your favorite battle rappers on there. We just had Show Off on there this week. We'll have more guys from KOTD's Grand Prix up there. And it's just crazy, man. It's live every day. It's me, it's France, it's CC, it's the chat. It is the livest place to be in the morning. Make us a part of your morning routine. Also, wherever you're listening to this at, please subscribe. Drop a 5-star rating for us. Drop a comment. Help us become more visual out there because we are providing the most fire battle rap content on the internet, and we need the world to know that. We know that you know that already, but we need the rest of the world to know that. All right. Other than that, man, I need you guys to just tune in, rock with us every Friday or Saturday, depending on the availability of our schedules. We definitely will be dropping, so no fret. You know, once again, we apologize for not dropping this on Friday, but hey, man, family comes first. But we got y'all. We know we got y'all, man. This episode is crazy. You know, Tim and I always start off with the banter, catching up from the week and what's been going on, and it gets pretty nutty pretty quickly. So, you know, you guys will definitely enjoy that. If you're like, hey, man, we don't care about that. We just want to hear about the review from last week's East Coast Division and the upcoming preview for this week's North Side Division, then you could jump about 20 minutes ahead or so and just jump straight into the battle talk. But I would implore you to listen to the whole damn thing because it's fire all the way through. And once again, thank you guys for rocking with us. We truly appreciate it. LTBR.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah. I went out there.
Why was the run so terrible?
So, it's like, how many days we got left this summer, man? You know, I mean, the summer's over, but like before it starts snowing and you don't want to go outside anymore, you know, we got a handful left. And so like today was one where I was like, all right, man, I'm going to run going outside. Right. Yeah. And, I don't know, man. I don't know. My body wasn't feeling it, and I, you know, I keep forgetting that I'm an old man now. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna push. I'm gonna go a little bit farther, and then, you know, I kind of forget I got to turn around to get all the way back home. Oh, dude,
is Ben Gage time already, brother?
It's not quite that point.
Almost there,
but it's almost there, Vlad. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's really bad,
bro. As a fully committed married man with a child, please let these people know when you get a chance to go on a run or be solo, it's like going on a vacation to Baltimore.
No, it's great, man.
My goodness,
yo,
man.
Yeah. I just throw like a playlist on, and it's just like me and the music, and it's I love it, man. Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of the day.
The music.
Right.
Bro, let me tell you, man. So this morning I got a chance to I had to go do the laundry. 3 big ass bags, right?
Right.
And I had to do a little bit of grocery shopping. Ask me if I mind. No, it was amazing, bro. I love my family, but it was like, oh, this is heaven. Sitting in the car, listening to a podcast, doing nothing, just waiting for the laundry to be done was like, thank you.
Yeah, I don't mind doing laundry, man. Yeah, that just gives me an excuse to like, that's when I'm watching battle rap videos or catching up on media or whatever, man. Yeah.
Yeah, because because of this COVID thing, you got to be 24/7 with the family, which is great. We love our families. It's amazing. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Right.
But oh my gosh, to sit in that parking lot and just watch cars go by with the sunroof open, doing nothing was just like, no one asking me to do anything. Oh, no diaper changing, no nothing. It was like, oh my goodness, feed me grapes, feed me Seymour, feed me Seymour.
Vlad, you make me want to be a bachelor, man. Come on, man. It's too late for me, man.
Don't blame it on me, brother. Don't have Nicole calling up my phone talking about where's Tim? I haven't seen him since Tuesday. I don't know, Nicole. We recorded on Sunday. We haven't heard from him in a group chat either. I don't know what's going on.
Yo, yeah, it's like, you're doing some Inception shit. You're like just planting those seeds in my brain, and I won't be able to shake it. And now, like, every time I'm hanging out with my family, I'm gonna be like, I just wish I was by myself.
Running or doing laundry.
Right. Oh, where's the laundry at? Damn.
Oh, I'm going to build another room in the house just to do laundry. I need a crash pad just for laundry.
Word. How is this our life now, man?
The smell of detergent and fabric softener just turns me on. Oh, I'm going to rub this fabric softener all on my chest.
Yo, who'd have thought, like, when we were 20, that, when we were twice our age, we would be like, oh, yeah.
You mean half our age?
Yeah.
I'm like, twice? You trying to make us 80? What's wrong with you, man?
No, so who'd have guessed that when we were 20, that when we were twice our age, we would be, like, fantasizing about doing laundry.
And grocery shopping.
What happened to us, Vlad?
Dude, man, we're good guys, stripped. Man. Wholesome over wholesome. You know what I'm saying?
No wonder we like battle rap, man. We need that shot of masculinity, man.
Toxicity.
Yes.
You guys can say all the things that we can't say
anymore. Exactly. Man.
I went to Target, bro. It was like going to Disneyland as a kid. It was like, so much stuff in the aisles over here. And the aisles over here. Oh my God. How many soaps and toilet paper can I choose from? This is crazy.
Yo, what is it like over there with the stores? Like, is everyone masked up or is it half and half?
No, everybody's masked up. Yeah, they got the sign outside, stay masked up, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Although I did go into the laundromat, right? I had my mask, but then the second time when I went in and checked the dryer, like I didn't. And I was like the only person. And then I felt weird. Like, oh, man. Like, bro, I'm kind of violating everyone right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, I think that's great to hear, man, because I've definitely been to places where we're like, we go to some outskirts of town or something. We stop at a gas station and we're looked at weird because we're the ones wearing the mask. Like, people are like, look at those guys wearing masks. But, dude, Wisconsin's third in the country right now for COVID cases.
What's up with Madison, man? Your people just don't believe in it? What's going? Is that like the snake bites will be repelled by the power of the Lord?
No, so you know what it was, man? Like our governor did a good job right away. He's like, boom, everyone's got to do masks.
Yeah.
And then they took it to the Supreme Court. Like the Bar Association was like, we're taking the Supreme Court. You can't violate our rights. We are going to go out and we're not going to wear a mask. And the Supreme Court sided with the Bar Association. So, yeah, Dane County, like where I live, Madison, everyone's got to wear a mask. Outside of that, you can do whatever you want, and no one wants to wear a fucking mask, I guess.
Tim, I know that this is the Ebony and Ivory podcast, you know what I'm saying? Right. But you got to talk to your people, man. What's up with you guys, bro?
Yo, and then to make matters worse, man, they like opened up the school, the University of Wisconsin, right? They opened it back up. Everyone's like, no, do it online, go virtual. They're like, no, we're just, we're gonna bring all the kids in. They'll just wear masks. It'll be fine, dude. How do you expect the age group that doesn't give a fuck about this because they're not gonna die?
Right.
How do you expect that age group to come in and do exactly the opposite of what they're known to do.
And
it's just
can't
dumb.
do it, man. Adults
yeah. Oh, man.
I don't know,
so,
man.
You drive down a bar.
Yeah.
If you just drive past a bar on any night of the week, there is going to be a line to get in, and no one's going to be wearing masks. No one. Not a soul. You go inside, I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised I don't have it right now. How the hell have I made it?
Tim, white people crazy.
Man.
Crazy.
We really are. What the fuck?
Bro, I'm like double masked up, man. I'm like, I ain't playing no games. I ain't trying to get this. Are you nuts? Like, I don't understand it. Listen, man, you people out there, you better start wearing these damn masks because you ain't I don't want to get sick by, we went out to the park, right? Normally I wear a mask, but I'm like, all right, it's the park.
Yeah, it's outside.
Open.
Right.
Oh, no one's going to talk to us. Like, who's going to approach us? But I forgot. We got a 3-month-old with us, right? And he's pretty cute.
Right. Good call.
This old white couple comes up to us and they're like, oh my God, look at the baby. And they don't have on masks either, right? And I'm just kind of like, old lady, back up, right? And then they come right up to us and they're like, oh my God. And they're like, our puppy is 3 months old too. And then without even asking, like the lady goes to like touch my son's leg and stuff like that. And I'm like, hold up. This ain't no damn 1720. You know what I'm saying, lady?
Right.
1820. You better back the up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, you are way too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're way too comfortable, lady. Like, this is not good. Like, this is not cool. No mask, no nothing. And we didn't wear it because we don't plan on approaching anybody.
Right,
We're just going to stick to ourselves. We want to breathe. We want to be normal for once. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then that just let me know, like, next time I'm wearing a mask and anyone starts approaching, I'm going to, like, conveniently start turning a stroller away and creating a barrier. 'Cause, you don't want to be mean to old people or whatever, but it was just like, it's like we didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, hold up, what's going on here, man? Like, it was bananas, man. It was kind of crazy.
I do miss those days of like taking Avery when she was a baby to the store because everyone, it's the only time in my life people just turn to you and they just smile like a real genuine, you made their day smile, and now they're like, oh, fuck you, like,
man, as a brother, I gotta say, man, people treat you a lot nicer when you have a baby around.
Yeah.
Usually it's like clutching their pearls, holding on to their purse.
Yeah. They're like, like, look at the black man coming. Richard, save me.
This black man is just walking into the store just like we are, but I'm scared. I'm like, bitch, I'm here to get the same thing you're here to get. Well, as soon as you have the baby, it's like, oh my God, poor black man, of course you're not going to rob me and rape me. And I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you think I would? You got to stop watching the news, old lady. You know what I'm saying?
It's so wild that's what it's like right now, man.
Yeah, it is bananas, B. Like, I literally, if I just go to the stores, come back home, and just stay out the way, man. Like, I see people who are still, they got the outdoor dining and stuff like that and everything, but they got these little underground clubs. People are making bars in their basements and stuff. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when we go to the park, there's a playground by the school, right? Yo, all the kids are just playing with each other, and all the parents are just standing around talking. I'm like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, no one's afraid. I'm like, are you guys crazy?
This ain't 2019, right? It's like a different world. It is a different world.
I'm like, am I tripping? Because these kids, there's no way that they're not passing it on to one another. Like, they're just literally just playing, and the parents are just standing there talking with, I can see, okay, all right, maybe you're like kids, even if they get it, they won't get sick, whatever, blah, 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 right? But the kids still might pass it on to you or whatever. Like,
right.
I don't understand it, bro. I'm glad my kid is only 3 months, man. You know what I mean? I'm glad he's only 3 months.
When Disaster Battles Thesaurus, is that next week?
Yes, it will be next week.
Yo, he better hope it doesn't go to the fan vote. Dude, because the fans fucking hate him. I mean, the Corona shit in itself, like, Disaster's like a personality, right?
Right.
And we've known that he's a Trumper and all that shit. But like,
which sounds crazy.
Which is crazy. It's crazy. But it's so much worse when he's like, oh, you guys don't get it. This corona thing, like, this is blowing out. This is the liberal media blowing it out. It's just like the flu. Oh my God. And people are just like, I fucking hate this guy. He may be a great battler, but I hate him. And if it goes to fan vote, he's going to get, even if he does really well,
he's going to lose.
There's no way he's going to win.
There's no
way.
Man.
Yeah.
Especially after the frack thing, the
right.
Trump thing, the COVID thing. Like,
yep.
His opponent will have to choke all 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, Thesaurus will have to literally choke all 3 rounds in terrible fashion. And Disaster will still have to be amazing to win that battle. Like, that's the only way.
Is it weird to say I don't see how Disaster can win next week?
No, man. I'm here with you, brother. Like, I'm here. I think there's going to be so many people that are going to want revenge for what happened with the frack thing. And then you add the other stuff. If it goes to the fan votes, it's going to get a little nutty. But then again, who are the judges?
Right.
Who's judging?
So that's the other thing, man. If it's A, the same judge, or B, different judges, I think either way, you're going to end up with the same thing. You are going to have a judge who wants to prove that he's not disaster biased.
Right.
So it's actually disaster going to have to be so great, like levels above Thesaurus,
right?
That the judge is going to like feel comfortable being like, oh yeah, it's disaster, and it's not because of what happened last time. This is different,
wink,
right?
Wink.
Because he's better, you know.
Right.
He like legit is going in there with a handicap. I mean, he really is, and honestly, rightfully so.
It's pretty nutty, man. But that's going to be for next week. However,
next
Tim,
week.
Right now, it is time for us to do our KOTD Grand Prix review and preview. We will be reviewing the East Division from last week, and we will be previewing the North Division for tomorrow. That is Sunday. Normally, we drop this podcast on Friday, but this time, the brother ain't the reason why we late. No, I'm saying, baby. You know what I'm saying, baby? I was on time, baby. But it's all good. We're here, man. Better late than never. And by the way, are we the only, podcast team that's, devoting a full episode to this? Let's give ourselves a pat on the back for being the battle rap podcast of the world, Craig, and covering everything. You know what I mean? So King of the Dot, we salute you. Hopefully you guys are saluting us for doing a great job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word to
mother. Yeah, man. Yeah. Apologize to everyone for yesterday, man. Yeah, man, yesterday was crazy, man.
The hate emails are rolling in, Tim. They're what's
I believe
up with
it,
that,
man.
brother?
No one's gonna watch this. Everyone hates us already because we didn't release it yesterday.
Right?
Look at them. They're like, oh, the second week they can't even get it right. Oh, Jesus. Oh, they fucking amateurs. What are we doing here?
Oh my God. King of the twat, put your pussy where my mouth is.
Oh, how have I never heard that bar before?
I don't know, man. But I can't believe no one has ever said it before, though. But Organic definitely could be the king of the twat, put your coochie where his mouth is. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Organic, if you're watching this, I hope you're laughing. And if you're listening to this, I hope you get a good hearty chuckle out of it. You know what I mean?
Word.
And salute to Organic, man. He has a gorgeous woman on his arm, man.
I believe it, man. Like, people really fuck with Organic. Remember when he went out to Russia for after the whole Oxymoron battle? Like, they were like, he had fans coming up with him with fan art of him. They're like, oh, this is a drawing of you that I made. And here you go. And there were droves of them.
It's crazy, dog. Like, I know Gannick goes through a lot, and a lot of times he vents on the internet, like, I lost $50,000 putting together this event. I lost $80,000 putting together this event. I lost $100,000 putting together this event. But, yo, man, I hope that the universe is treating you really well. I hope that, with the Twitch partnership, there's been a complete 180, and I hope Gannick's in a good mind state because this battle rap thing could be very thankless, and he's put a lot together over the years, man. And it's been a lot of hard work. And I know us too, you know, we definitely appreciate what KOTD is doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
so
man.
I want to salute the entire staff and crew, you know, for putting this thing together, for giving us entertainment every Sunday. So salute to King of the Dot, and let's get this review cracking, man. So let's rewind the clock to last Sunday, where we had the East Coast Division, aka the Team Hami Division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had Head Ice versus Ty Law, XL versus Eddie I, J Murder versus Rich Dollars, and we had Bonnie Godiva versus Show Off. Before we delve into this, I gotta say, Tim, I was 4 for 4, brother. You, my friend, were 2 for 4. How do you feel about the decisions you made last week? You got the Head Ice versus Ty. You almost had that one right. We're going to get into that. You know, you had the Head Ice versus Ty Law one. That didn't go your way. And then which one was it? Bonnie and Show Off, was it?
No. Eddie and XL.
Eddie and XL. Yes. Eddie I and XL. Talk to me, man. Let's start with
Vlad,
Eddie I and XL. Let's start
Vlad,
with that
I
one.
stand by my decisions, okay?
Okay.
You know what? I may be quote unquote wrong, but I wasn't wrong. All right.
He got away with it.
I'm still 4 for 4.
But he ain't get away with it.
No, man. No, hey, the event starting off with XL and Eddie was great. I mean, that was, is it far-fetched to say that was the best battle of the day? I don't think so.
It was definitely the best back and forth.
Back and forth? Yeah. I thought so too, man. I thought
it was the most competitive battle of the month.
Yeah. Eddie and XL both did fantastic. I was really impressed with both of them. And if you remember, man, when we were talking about it, I said this is the really hard one to choose. You know, the other ones, it was like, I feel pretty confident in them. But I wasn't wrong, man. Fan vote, 51% for Eddie, 49% for XL.
It's pretty much 50-50 at that point.
Right? That's pretty much 50-50.
Right.
And then, what was it? I was just looking at like who had voted on what or whatever, but I wasn't upset at all with XL winning, and Eddie didn't seem upset with it either. It seemed like they had a good, like, mutual respect for each other. And they both, I've been really impressed with XL on KOTD. I feel like he kind of steps up to the plate there more than he does on other leagues. Like even on his URL battle versus, like, I think the last one versus Young Cannon, it's not nearly as good as what we've seen from him when he won against Frack or Eddie I here or Oops. You know?
He seems very comfortable on KOTD. Very comfortable. And I feel like the crowd is a little bit more receptive to him on KOTD, even though he's spitting the same content. It's not like he's changing things up or trying to change up his material or trying to pander to KOTD. It's the same content, but it's received a lot better, though.
Yeah, it is. And Eddie, I've seen, obviously seen him on King of the Dot and some of his battles on iBattle.
Yeah. And
one of my concerns with him was, he'll make some references that just,
We're old, Tim. We don't watch all the Kama Sutra cartoons and all that these guys be watching. I don't know what they be watching, man. It's like an octopus with eight lips sucking some dude off, and then they cut their necks off at the end. Like, what happened here? Like, I don't know what these references are about.
But he did great, man. Yeah, no, all of his shit was hidden. I was
all of it. Too?
Okay.
Come
not
on now.
But you know what was Excel's rebuttals?
Yeah, that was surprising. Yo, I gotta say this: Eddie I's first round was very lackluster. His first round was he just didn't take off. Like, it just seemed like that car, the old car that you got to wait like 10 minutes for it to heat up before you even decide to get out the garage. Because otherwise, you're going to be stuck on a highway. You know what I mean?
Right.
And XL was just firing at the gate, man. He was just dope. Just out the gate, just hitting on all cylinders. And then the second round, that's the Eddie I that I'm used to. Eddie I really turned up, started out with the whole thing of XL, why you don't get no broads and all that stuff. It was pretty funny. And you're like, oh, is he going to go joking route or whatever? I'm cracking up. And then he just starts spitting the bars, man. And then he's just boom, 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 landing them, landing the haymakers, landing the gut punches, going to the dome. Like, it was dope. XL was good in his second, but Eddie I clearly got that second to me. And then the third could be a toss-up, could be preference, however you decide to go. But for me personally, I felt like XL was just more consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
So therefore, I gave XL the first and the third. But Eddie I was dope in the third, but XL was just more consistent all the way through in the third. So, but it was a tight battle all the way around, though. No, neither dude can leave hanging their head, you know.
Right. Yeah. And that's what's kind of nice about some of these is, introduce, not a lot of fans may know Eddie I or even Excel, honestly, who are tuning in. And that's what's so great about these tournaments and just having names, some big names that'll draw people in, and then some other names. Excel is like the perfect person for this. He is like the guy who's like, just give me the shot, man. Just and he's been doing this for 10 years, talking about this and feeling like he hasn't been getting his shine this entire time. Mm-hmm. These sort of tournaments are built for people like him because it's like, oh, okay. Oh, you think you're that good? Mm-hmm. We're giving you the shot. Fucking prove it.
That's a fact.
And they step up to the plate, man. So I'm not surprised Excel won. I'm really looking forward to him versus Head Ice. If Head Ice actually shows up to the actual battle,
he didn't say he wasn't going to, so I expect him to be there. I mean, he's got a few more weeks to. I look at it this way: he's supposed to be redoing the not KOTD, the RBE battle with Rosenberg Raw on the 24th. So if he can make the Rosenberg Raw battle on the 24th, then I believe he'll definitely be showing up to the KOTD second round of the East Coast division. Yeah. But salute to Head Ice. I believe he had some family things that were going on and everything. So, prayers up to you and your family, big dog. Hope all is well and you guys are getting through it. You know what I mean? And we definitely look forward to your return because you definitely had a controversial battle and people are waiting to see what's going to go on with you and XL because that battle was already set to go down on iBattle. So we know that there are bars that are already written now. How you guys going to flip it and bounce it for this now? And it might have been a good thing that that battle never went down on iBattle because who wants to battle someone like a month later for 50K on the line? That would have been nuts,
Yeah, and just from the way that KOTD was like putting the bracket together, I'm sure they would have been like, well, let's move this here and there. Right. If they meet up, we don't want them doing a rebattle.
I mean, we would hope.
Or a rematch.
We would hope, what I'm saying?
Yeah, right?
You never know. They're like, oh, I love the battle so much last time. I want to see the battle again already.
Right.
You never know, man. But to put a ribbon on XL versus Eddie I, man, Eddie I, you got a bright future. Your music is fire, dog. And your Twitch screens with your video games and your whole crew there, it's like it's got a lot of young energy. It's turned up. It's lit. So he's gonna be just fine. What I mean? Like he's gonna be just fine. And XL, you made it out the first round, brother. You definitely got a ways to go in this thing to make it happen, and you're definitely on your way. So it's gonna be very interesting to see this XL versus Head Ice battle. I'm here for it. They both were on Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion.
Really?
And, you didn't see that episode, bro?
No.
All right, let's pause the Grand Prix joint and talk about that episode for a split second. That episode was crazy.
Really?
Yo, first of all, I thought Head Ice and D Chambers were going to fight. Because Head Ice was sliding this dude every single chance he got. And D Chambers, D Chambers, Math boy.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, Ice, is this for the cameras or like we really doing this? Because, this ain't me. He was like how D Chambers told Nems who his baby mom's was, and that's crossing the lines. And he's like, bro, you asked me this like 2-3 times in 2-3 different states, and I've told you no. Why are we rehashing this? Like, what are we doing here? I really thought it was going to be like 2 6-foot+ cats going at it. And then Math, he's throwing his little dirt in the game and salt in the game and all that stuff. And XL is just sitting there. He couldn't get a word in edgewise. It was like crazy. He was like, so Math, D Chambers, and Ice are just talking the whole time, and then XL's like, yeah, me, man, being out in Massachusetts, the way I was looking at it, and Ice is just like, yeah, so Math, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, you know what I'm saying? For me, the way, yeah, so Chambers, what I was saying, sorry, Wolf, I ain't mean to cut you off, Wolf, I'm gonna let you talk, Wolf. And it was just like, he had to raise his hand and stuff, like, it was very interesting. So, I say that to say this. If that's how the episode went, how is this battle going to go? Is it just going to be Ice just like overgrown man talking him and taking over with the presence? Because, not that whatever happened in the episode is what's going to happen in the battle, but sometimes you foreshadow things and you're like, you couldn't get a word in edgewise. Is Ice's presence and delivery going to be too much for XL in the second go round? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen that episode, go check it out.
I gotta watch that
on Math Hoffa's YouTube page. My expert opinion. It was a spicy meatball. You know what I mean?
It sounds like it, man.
Oh, it was very spicy, bro. Like it got kind of crazy, man. I was like, what is happening here? But yeah,
I don't see how Head Ice could beat XL. I really don't. Right. Because we had seen him during show off, right? He had some slip ups there, man, and he's had some slip ups, some You
mean an RBE joint you talking about?
No. Just
I didn't battle show off in person.
Sorry. Not show off.
Ty Law?
Yeah, Ty Law.
Oh, we're going to get to that. That's going to be the last battle that we talk about. That's the most controversial one. So we're going to save that one for last.
All right. That's a good idea. All right. So then next we had Bonnie and Show Off.
Yes. Bonnie and Show Off. We pretty much said how it was going to go. Bonnie would show up, do well enough. You know what I mean? She got through all of her material. She had some cool stuff. And, Show Off, it was they're both friends, so it's like, okay, you're friends, you don't want to go too crazy. I feel like their face off, alluded to that it was going to get a lot crazier and a lot more personal than the battle actually did. But I guess for them being friends and being people with integrity, I'm kind of glad that they didn't go the extra salacious route and slanderous route and stuff and just kept it to the bars. Bonnie showed up dressed like Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Which what's her name? Lady Caution did the exact same outfit. To the T, like the same outfit. Like I was like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying, Bonnie?
Damn.
But Bonnie's delivery was on point. She, she got all her bars off and all that. Like she did what she came to do. Show Off, he did his thing, but his third round, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
His third round was fire, dog. Like the wordplay, flow, and delivery was crazy. Can we talk about that, my brother?
Yo, Lush said afterwards that his third round wasn't the best of the battle. It wasn't the best of the day. It was the best of the entire tournament so far. Like of all three, he fucking loved that round.
He loved that joint, man. I ain't gonna front. Now that round was crazy, big dog. And Show Off was just better than Bonnie, I felt like. I felt like he also, I don't want to say held back, but he did enough in the first 2 rounds to win those 2 rounds. And then in the third was like, no. This is what Show Off really does. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? I thought it was smart of him to, like, his first bars just right out of the gate was essentially touching on the fact that, like, he's the bully.
Right.
And there's no way he can bully Bonnie.
Right.
Because she's a woman. So he's like, I'm fucked, And yeah, I thought that was a good approach just to kind of put that out there to everyone. Like, I'm kind of working with my, with one hand tied behind my back here a little bit.
Right.
But Bonnie really went in on that Adi Boom angle.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's already said, yo, I don't rock with Adi Boom anymore. You know, Adi Boom was throwing salt on my name and telling people lies about me. Like, I totally do not claim this dude at all. He's not my homie. Like, I have no ties to him. But, you know, it's battle rap. So as long as you can get your angle off, and if people don't know that he said that, then, you know, they can still give her that angle or that round or whatever. So, and it's pretty safe. I mean, who's going to be like, oh, no, we're going to defend the snitch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the rat. Like, nobody's coming to his defense. So it's like, yeah. And then even he could be like, hey, listen, man, that's not my boy. So I don't care. No harm, no foul. You know, there's a lot of crazier things she could have, you know, went into. And she chose the safe one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, and she had a really fire line that I liked. She said something like, you know what 2 words go together? Show and tell. Which I thought was pretty good. Show off, man. And you know, the snitch, and yeah. But yo, one of the things, and maybe they've been like this with all of the tournaments, but I just noticed it last weekend, was the camera work. Yeah. So it's not on a tripod or whatever. Yeah. It is straight up like moving back and forth all the time with it, and so. Bonnie had a line in her 3rd round where she goes, you can tell he's a bitch by the panty line. And she like points down to like his waist and the camera like turned down there. Like, oh, there's a panty line down here. Where's it was just hilarious. You know what I mean?
That was crazy.
It like reminded me of like watching an NFL game and like the quarterback will do like a fake throw and the camera will like, you know, kind of get like faked out. That's exactly what happened to the cameraman when she said that. She was like, you can tell by his panty line. You were like, whoa, panty line. What? Oh, shit.
Cameraman's wild horny. Oh, panty line. Oh, is he some panty line? I felt like I was watching NYPD Blue or CSI or something, man. Yeah. I definitely felt like those kind of vibes because the way the camera was moving. And I like it because, you know, it distinguishes itself and gives it its own signature look.
So, I mean, we remember, so like Avocado and his team were doing Summer Impact. And so like when DNA and K-Shime are going back and forth, like doing it there was incredible. That just made it so dope.
Yeah, the back and forth, that was fire.
Right? But it's kind of different here because there's not a whole lot of movement. So it's like they're set up to be tracking things. Right. But there's not a whole lot to track.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I like it because it's different and it's not like super distracting. It's not like, you know, it's not like you're watching Cloverfield or some like found footage movie where you're like, oh God, my fucking head hurts. You know,
not like you're gonna get motion sickness watching.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not like that. And I like it just because it gives it its own distinct feel, which I feel
the 24 frames per second, the dark theme to it. Like I like it. Visually, it looks good. You know, I got nothing bad to say about the visuals on that joint because you know there's so many battle leagues and so much going on that you need your own look for it, you know? Yeah. And I guess they're also staying consistent with the whole empty garage docks kind of theme and stuff like that, which I guess during the COVID season too is like, it makes sense. It's wide open and everything. So, you know, it makes a lot of sense and they're keeping the uniformity going with it. So
I've been liking how they've been doing it. You know, obviously they'd probably like a bigger crowd or whatever, but I think the amount of people that they have here, I mean, this is kind
of like a lot of people there. I mean, come on, the entire army was there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people.
It feels more like a volume battle, maybe even more than that. It's like somewhere between the volume battles and KOTD's like back to basics cards that they used to do, which was kind of like a smaller setting but packed with a bunch of people. So, but I like it. I mean, I definitely like it more than the caffeine thing because caffeine is like there's no one in there. You know what I mean? You got like 5 people. You know,
but you know what though? I mean, hey, this is not comparing this and that or whatever to cause any controversy. It's just comparing things visually. So everyone get your panties out of the bunch right now, all right? This ain't that, okay? But I do like the fact that it's only the two rappers on Caffeine also, because it's like, hey, these guys are going for that bread and there's no distraction here. And it's like, this is like a completely different feel. And then when you go to like, you know, the Summer Madness type joint or whatever, now you can have people back and you can be like, oh, I missed this. And it's like, wait a minute. These are the guys who were just getting paid the big bucks to show up. Yeah, they deserve a crowd. You other guys have to win this by the nit and the grit. Like, there will be no crowd assistance and no disturbances and no distractions and no one to persuade you visually that someone else is winning. Do you know what I mean? Because we're going to get into that a little bit later, or should we get into that right now? Matter of fact, we're going to get into that right now.
Let's do it, man.
With
let's go for it.
Jay Murda versus Rich Dollaz battle, Tim. All right. Rich Dollaz has been off for about 5 years, and he just came back to the game. And Jay Murda has been doing his damn thing for a hot second now. I mean, from all the way from Bloody Knuckles leagues to RBE, you know, he's like a general and a shooter over there, to making his KOTD debut. Like, he's touched mad leagues, you know what I mean? Yeah, URL, all of that. Like, he's been all around the world, you know what I'm saying? He's battled everybody. And Rich Dollaz, he was very proficient back in the days, and he was one of those names. He's one of the original guys from URL, so his name holds weight. He's battled everyone. Lions Den, talk about it, man. I mean, he's battled Tay-Rock, he's battled Calico, he's battled all these guys. But you know, we both knew 5 years off, he's probably not watching any battles. This should be an easy win for Jay Murda, and it pretty much was, you know what I mean? And going back to what we were talking about with the visuals, Team Hami, I gotta get at you guys for a second, man. First of all, there's like 25 of y'all on the camera, right? Which is okay, cool. I get it. You know, you're there. So, hey, you gotta fill up the space. But it's like when Rich Dollaz is rapping, I mean, these guys are laughing. They're cracking jokes. They're not paying attention. They're being distracting. They're throwing me off. And I'm like, bruh, this is for $50K. This is a full production that KOTD is putting on. This is a little rude. Like, it's not professional at all. And it's like, you guys can sway people and you guys can distract Rich, and you're not giving Rich a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they were doing just a little bit too much, man. I said it before. It's kind of like that classroom that never gets a chance to go on the class trips, and the principal's like, you guys can finally go this year. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, we on the school bus just tearing shit up. You know what I mean? Like, they know chaperone's going to stop me from doing nothing. Like, I'm stealing things from here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's like, come on. You're just wilding. And I'm like, yo, like, you can't do this. Like, this is just too much, you know? Now, granted, the battle was clear, you know what I'm saying, that Jay Murda won.
Regardless,
Right, so it's not like they really affected the outcome of it, but you could see the frustration in Rich Dollaz's face. Like, this is $50K, like, at least try to make it somewhat fair, you know what I mean? Like, so, Team Hami, I know you guys are family and you support one another and you're always there, which I definitely do admire. However, you guys got to tone it down just a little bit, man. Like, that was just a bit much for me personally. How do you feel about it, Tim?
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from, and I felt kind of bad for Rich, you know? I mean, especially after, you know, like his third round, and he just rapped straight through. There was never any part where he ever paused because anyone cheered for anything.
Right.
You know, and for a guy who's been out of the game for 6 years and to like come back and to have that kind of, you know, reaction, reception, it's just, it just kind of felt bad. And with that said, I mean, it's not like he was tearing shit up either, but you know, they don't have to react for him.
They don't have to give him any reactions. But it's like when he is rapping, show him some respect, though.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it is not the time for you to be laughing so hard that you got to bury your chest. You got to bury your head in your homeboy's chest and slap him on the back and see the tears coming down your eyes and all that because you're laughing so hard. Like, he's right there. Like, this is crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But enough of that. Let's get into the battle itself. I mean, you know, Jay Murder's first round, just dope. I mean, name flips, punches, haymakers, dope. Rich Dollar's first round, it sounds like he's been out the game for a minute. You know, he's some OBCs, bars that we've heard before, because obviously he's not keeping up. So he doesn't know what people have been saying. So, of course, you're going to hear some repetitive stuff. And then he did his A, B, C, the whole scheme again. And it's like, God. Oh, my God. Like, Rich, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing? And it wasn't bad. It wasn't stinky, but it was just like, no, this is outdated and we're not going to really give it up for you for this round. But he didn't choke. He had his flow down. Yep. He had his delivery down. You got to give him kudos for that after being off for 5 years. Jay Murder's second round was a little light. You know what I mean? It just wasn't as heavy as his first round. I thought it was a little light. And, Rich Dollars ditched the punchlines, ditched the schemes, and went all direct and personal at Jay Murder in the second. You know, he just talked about, his character, him using his family members as part of his rhymes just to get more, props or sympathy or whatever. And, he talked about how he looked like a super and this and that, got a little funny with it and mixed all that stuff in there and ditched all of the antiquated punchlines and just went directly at him. And he straight up won the second round, which was kind of like, whoa. And I didn't feel this way alone. Like a couple of the other judges were like, no, he got that second round. Even Kid Capri, one of my childhood heroes. Beans, don't go through the beans. Trackstar is going to love it when he hears that part right there, Trackstar. Trackstar is the official DJ of LTBR podcast.
Goddamn right.
Trackstar, we don't care if you don't agree with it or co-sign it. We said it, so it's so, all right? And Tim's your boy, and he's my boy, so you are our DJ, all right, brother? And third round, it kind of was the same thing as the first round. Jay Murder does what any current hot professional battle rapper is supposed to do. And Rich Dollars went back to some old, type bars and stuff. Like, he just has to be updated. Like, I feel like if he gets back out there on the scene and continues to rhyme and just pays attention a little bit more, he can definitely find his way back into the mix.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, and he seemed fairly confident after the battle. He wasn't hurt by nothing. He was just like, I've been out for a hot second. I'm back. This felt good. I'm getting my feet wet. I ain't mad. Like, it's all good. And he came in there looking clean. He had his waves spinning. Yeah. He had his bracelet. He had his chain. He didn't look like he was hurting for money. And that's how I want to see my guys come back to the game. I don't want to see them coming back looking dusted and disgusted like they're just there for an opportunity to get a check. So.
Wearing a dirty, stanky Yankee hat, right?
He didn't even wear it. He just had the waves going. You know what I'm saying? He ditched the Yankee just in case Jay Murder had some bars for the Yankee. You know what I mean?
Right.
So salute to Rich Dollars, man.
Yeah, man. The one thing I noticed is Rich Dollar's rounds were shorter. So I think we can kind of assume these are 2-minute long rounds.
But
okay.
Right?
But Rich's were all 145. Yeah. So they were all like a little bit short. And then all of Jay Murder's were a little bit longer. They're all 215, something like that.
Right.
What did you think about Jay Murder's third when he put on the mask? When he did daylight shit?
It didn't really hit for me like that because I already seen Daylight do the whole bus stop thing, and it's like it's not gonna be the same thing the second time around 7 years later, especially when the bars sound pretty much similar to what Daylight was saying. And I was like, maybe if he had different bars or like other haymakers or maybe flipped that scheme and didn't use bus stop.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking too. I was like, all right, he puts it on. Everyone's very familiar with Rich Dollars getting killed by Daylight, and with the ski mask and the bus stop scheme and all that, right? So everyone, as soon as he puts it on, everyone's with him. All right, we know what you're going for. How are you going to do this and update it or make something clever out of it? Like I was with him when he was doing it. I was like, okay, this is going to be something kind of cool. And he just kind of repeated what Daylight said.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe there was more with it that I just wasn't catching, but it just didn't hit like that.
Yeah, man. If Rich Dollars would have had a crazy third, he could win this battle. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been wild. But the bars after that whole bus stop and ski mask scheme, it definitely got better. You know what I'm saying? He went back to doing what he
was heating up. I mean, he took his sweatshirt off and everything. He was
right.
You know, but even that, like once he did that, I was like, oh shit, you know, he's hitting turbo mode. And he just said it didn't quite happen there either. So Jay Murder's got some stuff he can still kind of work on and improve, and I'm sure he will. He's is it him and Show Off?
Yeah, and they are boys. But I also think Jay Murder was kind of like, I'm battling Rich Dollars. I could afford to play around a little bit. Like, he's not going to beat me after 5 years off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think he definitely played around, but he cannot play around with Show Off because we had Show Off on LTBR Daily. While you're here, you know, go on caffeine.tv/LTBR podcast, create an account and follow us, and you guys can watch us daily, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. till noon. We will have other rappers from the KOTD Grand Prix on the show. So definitely go to Caffeine and sign up and follow LTBR podcast. Show Off said he ain't going to be playing with him.
I believe it, man. Like, and I'm sure that he can get hella personal too if he wanted to.
I don't think it's going to go that way. Like, I don't think they're going to try to really slight each other. I think they're going to really try to show who is the best rapper between those two. I think they're going to try to outbar each other crazy, scheme crazy. Like, Show Off, the way he looked, he was like, yo, we are going to try to put on a classic. Like, we're going to try to, like, go ham and make this undeniably the best battle ever. Because he said when he's playing basketball one-on-one with his brother, he's trying to kill him, and he's trying to kill him in style while he's doing it. So Jay Murder definitely going to have to step it up, you know what I'm saying, versus Show Off, you know what I mean? So he definitely going to have to bring a little bit more, but he knew, okay, it's Rich Dollars. I can coast.
Right.
Yeah. Let me save my energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's gonna go crazier, versus Show Off. And Jay Murder is not gonna play around. I think regardless, I mean, they're both saying like, it's 50 grand. I don't care who you are.
Right, absolutely.
I don't care if, you know, you're my mother. Like, I'm fucking bringing up personals. I'm gonna fuck you up, you know?
Yo, Mom, remember when I came out your cunt? I rolled the blood. Blew the smoke in your face.
Word.
Yo, and get the hell out of my place. You know
but it was what I thought we had like 10,000 people watching.
Yeah.
I say we. Twitch had 10,000 people.
Brother.
Like,
are you getting the check that I'm not getting, brother? I see how this is cutting the black man out all over again, huh? I'm over here doing this for free, Tim. I'm out of here, man. You finish the show, Tim. I'm out of here.
All right, fans, listen up. So they're about no, it was great because they had about 10,000 people watching, you know, watching the stream during the whole thing. And then they started interviewing Head Ice, and I don't know, shit just kind of cut out or whatever.
Right.
And then they came back, and when they came back, they had like 32,000 people, man, which was pretty
for like
impressive.
A split second, and then it went back to
round 10. and then it kind of, you know, died back down. I think by the time they got to Ty Law and Head Ice, it was back down to right around 10,000,
10, 12, something like that.
Yeah, but still pretty impressive, man.
Absolutely. Celebs in the house. They had Immortal Technique of Rebel Arms.
Yeah.
I've seen Immortal Technique actually in concert at the Cypress Hill, the Haunted Fest or whatever, the annual concert they would throw. Bruh, that was the cloudiest concert I've
I
ever.
believe it, man.
I loved every minute of it, bro. It was amazing. Big Pun's son opened up.
Chris Rivers, right?
Yes, Chris Rivers. He opened up. Immortal Technique in him. Actually, I want to say Swave performed too. PH up there and all that.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Yeah. It was like, oh snap. Then I saw PH afterwards. I'm sorry, my bad. Not PH, man. Rest in peace. Poison Pen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Poison Pen. Rest in peace to PH, man. If y'all don't know who PH is, he's a legend. That I mean, the man had a crazy album back in the days, man. The Orange Moon over Brooklyn. You know, Grind Time. You know what I mean? You know, like the whole Team Hami thing and putting together the Grind Time division, throwing events, concerts, all that stuff. Like Brooklyn hip hop legend, man. So rest in peace to PH. I did not mean to mix those names up. But Poison Pen, you know what I'm saying? I met him afterwards and all that. Cool dude, man. He is who he is 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta love that. And of course, Cypress Hills tore it down. You know what I'm saying? And Motor Technique was getting mad love. And then of course, yo man, Ice-T was in the house. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to watch all the rappers. You know what I mean? And everybody was just so amazing. And the bars, I battled back in the days, but it was different. You know what I'm saying? And it was just dope to see him there. This dude is like 63 years old, just like the chillest, like coolest dude. I want to be like that when I'm 63 years old. I was like, man, he's just macking, man, and just enjoying life. So just to see him there was like, yes, this is dope, man. Dope, man. Like he showed up in person. Like there's so much that legend could be doing, but for him to show up, it shows the respect that people have for Poison Pen and for you know, Rebel Arms and all that, man. So I was just like, oh, snap. And France was there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, the director, you know, France from LTBR podcast, you know what I mean? The stat man himself was up in the building. Did you see France adjusting his crotch like a first baseman on camera?
I did not. Dude, I didn't even know he made it in the building until you said that.
I didn't even know he was in the building either. Then all of a sudden I see somebody looking at the camera and all that, right? I'm like, wait a minute, I know that shirt, right? And then I was like, I know that silhouette. And then all of a sudden he just, like he was Wade Boggs, yo.
It's amazing.
I was like, this dude Mark McGuire. He got his Mark McGuire on, man, like right on the camera. I said, oh man, France wouldn't do that, would he? So France, I'm sorry to blow you up, brother, but I had to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's amazing. No, and it sounded like he had a really good time, man. And yeah, hey, he got to kick it with Ice-T for a minute there.
Yeah.
Got some picks and stuff. So
absolutely, man. Ben Swayze, the most detailed judge in battle rap history, was there. Although I was a little disappointed, he didn't get as detailed as I thought he was gonna get, man.
You know what?
Don't let them do that to you, bro.
He you know, curtailed it a little bit. But you know what? You know what's kind of funny is Ben is the most divisive person in the entire tournament because some people fucking love him. You know, when he's like going and like giving it, they're like, talk that shit. Tell us those bars. Like, this guy's paying attention. He knows what he's doing. And other people are like, shut the fuck up already. Just tell us who won and move it. You know, it's crazy. There's no one in the middle. You either love it or you fucking hate it.
You either love it or he's going to be him. Yo, no funny shit. That ass me. I'm going to tell you right now. I had this guy with, yo, this ball was crazy. I ain't really like that one too much. You know what I'm saying? That ass me.
Yeah.
I was like,
no, but you know what? I respect it. I respect that he's like catching shit. He's paying attention. I like it.
His ability to catch all those bars on the first take is pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, so, it really is, man.
Whether I agree or disagree, at least I know he's paying full attention and, you know what I mean? He's going to ride or die with his pick, you know? So now we're going to get to the final battle of the night, the most controversial battle of the night. Head Ice, Harlem, every day, all day. I control everything versus Ty, listen and watch. Tim, I'm going to let you have the floor for this one because we all know Head Ice is your favorite rapper in the world. So go on, player.
You know, I met Head Ice once, man, and he was fucking really cool, man. He was a really, really good guy. Like
Tim Wolf.
Yeah, right.
Got that cheese.
It was like he was hanging outside of the battle with like him, Bonnie, and Caustic, and yeah, man. You
That's
know, we went off and said,
group.
Yeah, it is. But they're all smoking, whatever.
Did Caustic call him a moolie? Hey, you Mulian, you want to smoke?
They did battle, though, I think. Yeah. They did battle. But no, surprisingly, that word was never spoken. It was weird. Yeah.
You know what, though? I'm joking around, right?
Right.
But salute to Caustic for making a change in his life and realizing that a lot of his past transgressions with the racial bars might have been a bit much, and perhaps he was at a different place in his life at that time, and he was pushing boundaries and all that. And hey man, it's better that you come out now and say, look, I'm sorry for all that, than to have everyone find something and try to tear you down with it. So it's best that you apologize on your own account first. You know what I mean? And especially in this climate,
right?
I ain't fucking around.
Right.
Word. But anyways, I'm sorry to cut you off, Tim. I got a habit of doing that. Go on ahead, player.
No. You're all good. So, no, Head Ice is like good guy, but god damn it, I can't listen to him fucking battle rap.
Oh.
So you know what? He actually did do way better. This was the best Head Ice I'd seen in a long time, honestly.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the last battle of his, that fucking Big K. I don't know.
That battle was phenomenal.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this is the best I've seen him since then, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, man, he went out, people seemed to really connect with the shit. He was actually saying some pretty cool shit. Like a lot of times he'll say some shit that's just not it, man. It's some OBC shit, and not this time around. Not this time around. It was like I felt like he edited his material for the first time. Cause I feel like a lot of times he just sits down and he writes and he's just like, this is what the fuck I'm saying. This is what I wrote down. So this is what I'm saying. And like this time he was like, you know what? I'm going to try to like, take out some shit that isn't as good and replace it with some shit that's better. And you know what? It worked. But he still ended up choking,
Round 2 and 3.
Yeah, man. But the other thing that I thought was kind of funny is Poison Pen made sure everyone put on their masks before they battled.
Oh, no, after the first battle, they started doing that. Because I was like, yo, these people ain't putting on masks. Like, what's happening here? Like, this is a mess right now. And in the second battle, I felt like it was something like this. Organic. I need everyone to wear the mask on camera. And then, right. Twitch rules requires everyone to wear a mask on camera. We're trying to promote good health.
Yeah.
And then everyone put on the mask for the second battle on. Like, I was like, thank goodness. It was getting crazy.
Yeah, it was, I just thought it was kind of funny. It was like, oh, the old guys getting out here to rap. We better put on our masks so we don't kill them, Yo, what's
wrong with you? XL is not that old.
No. Yeah.
He just looks old.
So what was funny about this, man, I thought, Head Ice did good. I liked Ty Law's first. I thought Ty Law won. Second round, Head Ice chokes. Ty Law easily won that.
Right.
And then the third, Head Ice was fine, whatever, but god damn it. So Head Ice even said afterwards, he was like, he started heating up a little bit in the third, so had to fuck him up. Pull out a vet move. And boy, did that work.
Shrug my shoulders. Blatant disrespect that I shows to dojos.
Shout out to Ty Law, man. He handled that loss really, really well. He was just like, yeah, and then, they started smoking and, it threw me off and I never got it back and I lost 50 grand.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and I was like, oh my God.
It was a nutty battle because, all right, the first round, I'm not going to lie to you, I catch a lot of what Head Ice is saying, but I don't necessarily catch everything, right? So it's like, all right, it's the lingo, it's the flavor, it's the delivery. And I'm like, all right, this is good. You know what I'm saying? Especially for ice too. Like, this is a better ice than we've seen here and there. You know what I'm saying? He also rapped very long, about like 4 minutes each round. Like we were saying earlier, I think the rounds are 2 minutes, but KOTD, you're not telling us how long the rounds are, so we don't know. You know, so I don't know if Ice is going over time or not, but it feels like he is. And in a tournament where 50K is on the line, if you're able to get off 1.5 to twice the material of your opponent, you have a greater chance of winning the battle. So we need to know what the time limits are. All right.
Right.
So to anyone who's listening, J Proposition, Organic, anyone in the crew, y'all gonna have to let us know what the time limits are. All right. Then we get to Ty Law's first round. Good first round. Punches, bars. But the delivery is just not as strong as Head Isis. So I can see someone who's saying, I like delivery more for Ice, so I'm going to give Ice that round.
For sure.
I wouldn't be mad. It was a debatable round, but I wouldn't be mad if someone said, I got Ice winning, because that's kind of how I saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
second round was clear. Ice choked, and Ty Law was fire. Like, he had fire in that second. Like, he was yoga fire, yoga flame, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Third round, like you said, Ice was doing his thing again, 4 minutes, and chokes towards the end. And it's like, ooh, if Ty Law is just clean and decent, he's going to win this.
Right.
And Tim's going to win this. I'm going to lose. No, Ice, what are you doing? What are you doing? And like you said, man, Ice pulled out some vet tricks, turned his back to him, allegedly started lighting up some of that good, and apparently you can't smoke on Twitch. So, you know, Poison Pen comes running from out the back, pause, and, you know, he bumps into Ty Law. Ty Law's all like lost, doesn't know what's good. You can hear him saying, yo, what's going on back there?
Yeah.
Poison Pen's having a full out conversation with Head Ice while Ty Law is rapping. And I'm like, no, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And on top of that, yo, Tim, take a look at my boy. Sorry, y'all guys.
What up?
Hey, Uncle Tim. Yes.
What's up, homie?
This is your Caucasian uncle, Tim, from Madison, Wisconsin. Yes, that's right. Hey, everyone, I'm showing Tim my 3-month-old. All right.
That's a good-looking kid, boy.
Oh, thank you, brother. Hey, Uncle Tim
nice
said
work,
that's
D.
a good-looking kid. He says, hi, baby. Tim says, hi, babe. Oh, hey, you just made the podcast. Yeah. It's been a minute. The fans miss you. They miss you, man. They miss you.
Word.
Okay, they heard you.
All right,
babe. I'll see you guys later. So boom. But I'm like, bro, Ty Law, you got to be a vet and just rap through it.
Right.
Like,
I know. I was surprised how much that fucked him up.
I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, you were on your way to a clear victory, bro.
Right. So I totally understand him, like, being, you know, kind of stumbling during all that or whatever.
Well, it was bad.
But then he got it back.
And then lost it.
But then he stumbled through the whole rest of the, you know.
It was terrible.
That was the surprising part. I was like, oh, okay, he remembered his bars. Okay, all right. You know,
and you could even kind of forgive him for all the stuff that was going on. I could be like, all right, 100%. One choke versus one choke. Okay, let's
for sure.
But
it just went. I think, I don't know. I wonder if he just got in his own head or something like that where you know, he was like, oh,
he lost
once
his
he got it back,
yeah.
His head's still thinking like, oh, fuck, but you just choked.
Right. Yeah,
and how is that going to look on, you know, and he's thinking all this instead of just totally focusing on the bars and finishing out the battle.
Yeah.
And I think that fucked him up.
Absolutely. And I could hear Ice just laughing in his own head.
Yeah, right? Right?
$50,000
is mine.
Yeah, man. So Ice won the battle, and I was 4 for 4, but was skating on thin ice. No pun intended with that one.
Yeah,
but so can't. It's not like Ty Law got cheated, but Poison Pen, bro. Like
there was definitely some sorcery involved there, and
absolutely.
Absolutely,
man. That was nasty.
But I can't even really be mad at Head Ice for using it. He said he did that shit on purpose. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But that's what he said.
No, absolutely. Listen, you can turn your back to your opponent if you want to. You could not pay him attention. And I don't know if Ice knew if he could or couldn't smoke on camera. I don't know. But, if he thought he could, do what you got to do. As long as you're not talking through the guy's round or trying to interrupt him or walking off and making everything look nasty, he's well within his rights to do that. Like, there's nothing in the rules that says that you have to look at the other rapper while he's rapping. Now, granted, it's common courtesy. It's a sign of respect or whatever. Like, it looks
sportsmanship.
Yeah, it looks terrible if you're just showing someone your back, the whole time. But he wasn't. He picked his spot to do it.
Yeah.
And it worked, man. So salute to Ice. But next go round, XL is not coming to play with you. If you stumble or choke in that battle, Ice, it's going to cost you. And I think that XL saw what happened, and he's going to be mentally prepared for it. And on top of that, there's going to be like 30 Team Hami guys there to give him that confidence, to boost him up.
Hey, that's a really good point.
Make sure that he's on point and to even things up for him. So Ice is going to have to be clean all three rounds next round, man. So that was the KOTD Grand Prix East Coast Division review/recap. Now we're going to take it up to the north, all right, and give you the preview to the north side of the KOTD Grand Prix. Tim, I'm going to run off the list of the battles that are going to be going down, and then we're going to do a deep dive and delve into them and give our winners and preview, all right? So we got the legend himself, Marv One, versus Gage from Chicago. You guys have seen Gage. He's battled Goods. He's battled Averb. He's had his other battles. Hasn't really been on many big leagues like that, but I love his style, man. It's very conversational. It's very pimpish. It's very playerish. It's very straight to the point. It's refreshing. You know what I'm saying? It's very refreshing. And he looks like he means everything he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Which means a lot in battle rap. All right. Then we got Joey Gambello, the guy who's whipping that white girl like yeehaw. The Canadian cocaine cowboy himself, Joey Gambello, will be battling not Jonai, but it's another return. M City, who now goes by the name of City. I have not seen this brother around for a while. He had mad punches. He's been on URL before. He's known, you know what I'm saying? And he can rap. So good replacement. Joey Gambello, he's dope. And this is going to be a refreshing battle. I can't wait for this one. Then we got Sharon, a.k.a. Sharon. Come on, Sharon. Versus KOTD's golden boy, man, wilding out. Like, he's battled everybody under the sun versus, I'm not sure if he's from Detroit, but I know he's a Michigander. He's from Detroit?
Yeah.
Because, sometimes you got them suburbs that are close by and stuff, so I don't want to make him claim a hood that he's not from. But Sharon versus Shoddy P. And then to cap everything off, we have Real Deal versus Times, another Michigander. So, Tim, where would you like to start, brother?
Well, let's start at the beginning, man. Let's do Marv One versus Gage.
All right, man. Marv One. This guy has been around. He actually rolled dice with Father Time. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't nothing that he ain't seen in battle rap.
Word.
Like, he's been through everything. I mean, all sorts of tournaments in the past before, jump off, all that. He's won big money before. Marv, where are those hidden tapes, Marv? We want to know. Streets want to know. Gage, like I said before, man, from Chi-Town, man. What do you think about this battle, bro?
Yo, I like it, man. And I'm not sure who I'm going to go with. I think I might I think I might go with Marv One just because of the experience that he has. And just looking at some of Gage's battles, I feel like you're right. I feel like he is in real life a fucking pimp. Like, it is not like a persona he's trying to put on. Like, he straight up is a, yo, you see him battle Averb with the fucking fur on and everything. I'm like, yo, this guy is legit. And you're right. Just the way that he delivers this shit, you're like, yeah, this is the real deal here. Yeah.
He definitely look like a Pete.
But with that said, I also don't think he's going to be clean and like deliver his material clean. And I think that's going to be a big problem. And Marv is just, Marv's done like 100 fucking battles. So there's another day in the office here for him. And, I think Marv's gonna win it, but it could be a really, really fun, entertaining battle.
It should be. It absolutely should be. I mean, Marv One has all the experience in the world. Yeah, obviously during the COVID season, he hasn't been battling like that.
Right.
But Marv, we gonna keep it 100,000 with you. There's been times where, you get the rapping and then, you might trip up here or there. And sometimes it feels like you're trying out bars. You know what I mean? It's like, he's like, oh, y'all didn't like that one? Oh, I thought that one was going to hit. Or instead of just going through it, Right. And maybe when you're doing these other battles, like, okay, you can get away with that. But this is a tournament now, and people are a lot more serious about their bars and getting through it cleanly and all that. And, sometimes when you've been around so much and you've said so much, it could become a bit exhausting. But I feel like on the flip side, Gage is going to have a fire-ass round, right? But I'm wondering, is he going to be able to maintain that all 3 rounds? Is he going to be the clone of this division? You know what I'm saying? Because if there's a dark horse, if there's someone who I can pick to see maybe having a surprising, like shocking battle where you're like, oh my gosh, like all 3 rounds are just crazy, I'm going to put my money on Gage just because I really like his style so much. And maybe I'm just a little biased where I want to see him blow up. Like, I want to see him like go crazy all 3. But I'm just a little like, is he going to be able to maintain that all 3 rounds? I'm not going to be stupid. If I'm putting smart money down on this battle, I'm going to put on Marv One. He's got the experience. He's been through the tournaments all the time. He knows how to write for battle rap. He knows how to write for the judges and for the fans to react to his stuff. So I'm going to go with Marv One this battle. But Gage, I'm really rooting for your man to tear the roof off this mother, tear the roof off this mother, tear the roof off this mother. I'm hoping that that's what happens and we get a fire-ass battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word.
Joey and City, I'm going to go with Joey on this. I know he's just coming back from KOTD after doing some PGs with URL or whatever, but I think City's good at just straight up rapping. Like, he can rap and that's good. I think Joey is more he's kind of structured to deliver his stuff in a way that hits. Whereas City will just like straight rap, and sometimes that's great, but I think Joey sets it up so so it's more digestible by the crowd. And I think that's going to end up being the big factor there. And plus, I think he wants to like still prove himself. I think Joey's like a real hungry battler.
I think he's a star in the making. I always feel like he's just a couple of steps away. Like, he's got the personality, the charisma, the just the overall, like, he knows how to market himself. He knows how he's just clever, and he's just like a couple of battles away. I don't know what's been missing, but Joey Gambello, you are a star in the making. And on top of that, like, he's cool. He's mad humble, and like, all these Canadian dudes, they're just like mad nice also. You know what I'm saying? Like, as people or whatever. So it makes it difficult for you not to root for them to make it, you know what I'm saying, to the next level. City, I don't know what he's been doing for the past few years. If he's been doing battles, I haven't been seeing them. But I do know that he is fire with the bars. And like you said, sometimes he can set bars up where they might go over the average person's head. And they might miss it, but on the playback, you're definitely going to catch it and go, oh, snap, that's what he was saying. Yo, that was crazy. But unless you're Ben Swayze, you're not going to be catching them the first go-round. So I do feel like Gambello will have the edge just because he's just been more active. And, you know, he might just be just a little bit more accessible to the fans. But I think this is going to be a dope battle, though. I think this is going to be a great back and forth. It might resemble kind of like how I want to say Lotta Zay was, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like everything was hard hitting, but it's like, you know, Chef Trez is battling like weekly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I feel like we might get that kind of energy. We're like, damn, City is really spitting. Like, okay, I definitely want to see him continue to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like Joey should win this one. Yeah, man. But shout out to M City though. Like he's been around forever. PGs, URL, like done the damn thing all over the place. Now we go to Sharon versus Shoddy P and Tim. You know, normally, man, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. As you can see, I got the ginger and the lime and the water right here. You know what I'm saying? And normally that's who I am. However, Tim, I cannot see one way that Shoddy P is going to win this battle.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Sharon is going to rip this guy limb from limb. Sharon has this disease where he takes everything seriously.
Yep.
Like it doesn't matter who you are. He's going to be on 1,000,000,000%. And we've seen him kick ass all over the world. And there's nothing that Shoddy P has done that tells me that he's going to be able to win this battle respectfully. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be a landslide, and Sharon is just going to win this battle straight up and down. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about this one. Sharon should win this one clearly and cleanly to me.
Yeah, Sharon's going to come 100%, as he, like you said, like as he does with everything. And the other thing with Sharon is this is his fourth KOTD tournament.
Oh yeah.
So he did the first two Grand Prix, and so he lost to Arcane the first time, but it's like the most downvoted battle on the KOTD channel because it was such a big robbery. Mm-hmm. Then he lost to 100 Bullets in the other one, but that one, he probably should have lost that one. And then him and HFK lost to Poe, Rich, and Diaz, who ended up winning.
Happy Face Killer.
Yep.
Poe, Rich, and Diaz. There's some throwback ass names, bro.
I'd say, right?
Hey,
and
you gotta be deep in the trenches of KOTD.
Right? And they went on and battled Thesaurus and Ilmac and quote unquote beat them. Yeah. But anyways, so Sharon gets far in these tournaments, and even in the times that he loses, all of those times, people, it's an upset to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So this time, I don't see, Sharon's a competitive guy, and this tournament is built on people who are competitive and who want it the most. And during all of this, from the very beginning to today, Sharon has just been like, I am KOTD. Yeah, no matter where he goes, he's repping it.
Right.
100%. And
I mean, it's in his Twitter tag, Sharon KOTD.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Exactly. So there's no way he's not going to come 110% for this. So yeah, and Sharon knows how to win battles. I mean, dude, he battles everyone and somehow pulls out these W's that no one expects him to do. People don't expect him to be Twerk or Peachy or whoever the fuck, you know?
And listen, man, after you graduate from Wildin' Out University, you become a different type of competitor. I mean, when you're out there performing in front of tens of thousands of people at times every night, coming up with this material and entertaining them, this should be a walk in the park, man. Respectfully. All right? Now, to close this thing out, we got the KOTD champ, Mr. Pittsburgh himself. Real Deal versus Times. Tim?
All right. What I'm going to say about this is, even though we just kind of shitted on Shoddy P, and I like Shoddy P. I don't think
I don't
he's
think
like.
we
I don't
shitted
think
on
it's
him.
yeah.
I
But we're
think
like, yeah, he's gonna get. This isn't gonna be competitive.
it's not gonna be your
like,
night, brother. Like
right,
it's
right,
not.
yeah. I don't see him winning, but I think he'll do well.
I think he'll do all right.
Yeah. This is different though. The Real Deal versus Time. I think this is going to be even more of a landslide win. I really do. Real Deal is just, dude. Real Deal is really good. And he's going to. He's been battling through this Corona shit. Dude. He just did a tournament. And I can't remember where, like New Zealand or some shit like that. I can't remember if he won. Or he at least got to the finals with it. I can't remember if he won or not. But anyways, it's something like that. Or Australia or something, but it's all virtual.
He was going down under,
Yeah. Word. So he's been active. Dude, he's the champion, and whether you agree or not, he got himself there and he made it very debatable. Mm-hmm. He had 3 battles with Chilla Jones that are all very debatable. And hey, Chilla Jones, especially, we all know right now that is an impressive opponent to be going.
I mean, he's going for champion of the year right now, man.
Exactly. And so, Real Deal has to remind people why he's the champ. And I don't think he's going to fuck around with this. Times is whatever. Times is fine. But I don't see anything with him that really makes him stand out to me. God, that sounds harsh, but I've only watched 1 or 2 of his battles, and I was like, he's fine. He's competent. He can battle. He does and says everything he's supposed to be doing, but it is nothing. He's not in the same league as Real Deal. Real Deal's been doing this way longer. And hey, if we're looking at his last few performances on King of the Dot, he was great. He did really, really well.
Absolutely, man. Listen, there's nothing else for me to say about that. You've said everything that I was gonna say anyway. But the only thing that I will say is at times, this is your time, brother. Like you're on a major platform, you're battling the champ himself. Make the best use of this. Even if you don't win, impress us.
Right.
Like, make it known so that people will want to see you all over again. Like, this is what this is all about. Even if you don't win, as long as you show up and you show out and shut us up. Same thing with Shoddy P. You know what I'm saying? But Shoddy P has gotten more chances, though. Like, he's gotten some names, over there at KOTD. But, like we said, we don't think you stand a chance to win, Shoddy P. But that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we do. We're the big mouths who come up, talk, this battle rap talk. And you could tell us you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about. What do you mean? And you can totally prove us wrong. And guess what? We will humbly apologize because all we want to see are great battles and great performances.
Absolutely.
That is it. Like no one wants to see anyone do bad here. So times, Shoddy P, show up and show out and make people remember your name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And hell, if you win, good grief, of course we'll apologize. I'll apologize. I've done it before. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And if that happens, that means that you are great and there's another name that we can now look for and say, this guy has elevated and he's put his name in that list of people that we should be continuously checking for, and they step their game up. So that's what I'm looking for out of times in this battle. Like, really make your name, man, in this battle. But I got Real Deal winning this battle. I don't see how he can lose. All the stuff that he's been through with his dad, with the chain talk, all of his experience. I feel like he has a lot that he wants to say and a lot that he wants to express. And when you're an artist and you're just sitting around and stuff, like, you get the itch. You want to do your thing. Like, you want to come back. You want to remind people, like, yo, no, man, this is why I'm the champ. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is why KOTD sees me fit to be the damn champ. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Tomorrow it's going to be lit. Now, I know it's happening in Detroit, so I don't know if it's 3 p.m. Central Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Time it's starting, but I would definitely start checking around, 3 p.m., start checking out KOTD. Let me see. Do they have it here? Oh, round one of the North live this Sunday at Twitch. They didn't put the time on KOTD's Twitter. All right. Well, tomorrow, check out KOTD's Twitter. They will definitely let you know what time it'll be starting. That's the best bet. You know what I mean? Check out KOTD on Twitter. They will definitely let you know. And, man, we are going to be watching this thing live.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you know, man, next week, we are going to be back again for another review and preview. We hope that you guys have been thoroughly entertained. We hope that you guys have gotten to know us just a little bit better with the banter at the beginning of these joints. Because you're going to get it every week, all right? We do this thing for you, but we got to entertain ourselves too. You know what I'm saying? And it's always great catching up with you, Tim. You know what I'm saying, man? And you my main man.
My main man.
And if you guys have been enjoying this, Ebony and Ivory, you're together in perfect harmony, side by side of my. Come on, Tim. Keep up with me, brother. Keyboards. Oh, something. Why don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Tim's all off beat and rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm the white guy.
That's what you would expect. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. And yeah, man, we will be back next week. Hopefully, we'll be dropping this on Friday. You know what I'm saying? That's the scheduled time. But if not, fuck it. We're going to drop it anyway. And you're going to love it. Because we got real lives, but we will try. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But just continue to check out Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast, man. Subscribe on all streaming platforms. Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LTBR Podcast. Follow me on all social medias at Program V. Follow Tim on Twitter at Don't Tweet Much. Of course, our YouTube is up and popping. So follow us on YouTube. Get us to that 1K. We know we abandoned you, YouTube. We treated you like a raggedy, dirty little pissy redheaded stepchild and never uploaded anything. But we're uploading now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to get to that 1K so we can go live on YouTube and give you guys more content. So if you're listening now, it's free. You ain't got to do nothing, man. Just press subscribe. If you're listening on Apple, leave us a 5-star rating. It helps us become more visual. If you like this content and you are not doing that, then you don't really mess with us. So we just kindly ask you for your help. And of course, watch us every day, Monday through Thursday on caffeine.tv/LTBR podcast. Yes, LTBR Daily. We're live every day, Monday through, that sounds crazy. We're not live every day. We're live Monday through Thursday. You know, we have your favorite battlers there and everything. So definitely check us out, man. And, Tim dropped off. Where you at? Anywho, check us out for sure. And, man, we appreciate you guys taking your time and making it all the way through for an hour and a half. We hope you guys have been thoroughly entertained. And we'll see you guys next week, man. Peace.